I think this is important to point out. Oilers dominated the Panthers first period in terms of shots.
Yeah, it was like 15-5 or something.
Chances were like pretty even, but the shots, Oilers dominated. Panthers kicked the Oilers' ass in the second period. And what was eerily familiar about that, and lots of people in the chat pointed this out, the Panthers, when they have, and you have, the long change, are masters of the ice.
They're really good.
Holy shit. And the Oilers, I think, dominate the third, looked like the much better team. Panthers come out at the beginning of overtime. So knowing that, and we've been talking about that all night, how they're so good at the long change, the way they started overtime, I'm like, Panthers are winning this game. Easily. Kapanen gets that breakaway. The Panthers, for almost the rest of overtime, completely flustered. They iced the puck 4 or 5 times. They were all out of sorts. There were lots of ozone faceoffs for the Oilers. I don't necessarily agree with nothing happened. It was maybe not the most aggressive. Maybe defensemen aren't like, let's turn this into a 4-on-2.
Yeah, I didn't mean like nothing happened in this literal sense that nothing happened.
Right.
I thought like it was a tale of two halves. Like the Panthers were out there dominating the first half and the Oilers took control in the second half. But both teams were not playing like it was the first 3 periods. Like if you look at the shift chart and the changes there, everybody's like, I don't want to be out there for more than 40 seconds. Yes. I've got to get to the bench so that I don't make a mistake. The nothing happening is nobody taking chances to ultimately cause the game to end.
If I could say anything, it felt like the Panthers were trying to wrap it up super early because they came out and dominated the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And it felt like they almost knew that if we don't do this now, this game tilts Oilers because of their offensive firepower.
It's weird. I thought the Oilers were the better team for all of overtime, except for 3 shifts where I can't believe the Panthers didn't end it.
And they were really close. They were really close.
They had nothing except for like 3 shifts of 45 seconds of domination each.
Sam Bennett, like he earned so much money in that overtime. Like he's earning so much money throughout the entire playoffs and the game. But that overtime, there was a couple of chances where he would just drive to the net, and the speed that he has is so underrated. Like we want to talk about all the shenanigans about him falling backwards and all that fun stuff, but like
he's an incredible player.
His offensive abilities are there when he wants to unleash them, and it's not something like you look at the stats where you just count them up and he's never up there with anybody, but when he wants to unleash it, it's right there.
His contract will look fine if he signs with the right team. If he signs with a team that didn't make the playoffs this year, if the team he signs with ends up not making the playoffs, that contract is going to look like a shit heap. But if he signs with a team like, I don't know, the Panthers, I think he'll look just fine.
Yeah, there's like random landing spots he can go and his career will just like melt away.
Yes.
And it'll be useless. It'll be a waste.
And he's also like a 42% in the faceoff dot. Like this is not, this is not a guy.
Won't let that go.
I won't. You can't put him in the defensive zone. But here he is with 12 goals and 11 on the road.
Yeah.
Well, are you going to give $10 million to a guy you got to shelter? Like you got him sandwiched between Sasha Barkov and Anton Lundell.
I think the $10 million thing is his agent Darren Ferris working the media as he is known to do. I think that contract's more like 7 or 8.
Yeah, he's going to take 7 by 5 in Florida.
Yeah, exactly.
Adam just figured out the subconscious reason why I hate him.
Same agent. Yeah, same agent. Now, can we bring up this picture? Because this picture is hilarious. So Nosek does take the penalty at the end of overtime. And look at Jake Walman in his face. Reminds me of in 2023 when the Leafs lost in the second round.
Yeah. And Radko
Gudas coming in and yelling into Joseph Wool's face.
Me
hilarious.
when Yzerman attaches a second to me and trades me to San Jose.
Jake Walman knows. He's like, we got this now. That's because a Leaf, I can tell you, a Leaf would never do that because we don't have that kind of confidence.
No, we don't.
But that's confidence. Him laughing at Nosek like that's like,
every time Jake Walman did something fun on the ice, because he loves to throw the body.
What a nail gun.
He's out there like being a force and seeing him do all that stuff. I can't help but think about Steve Yzerman.
Oh my God! Every time he did anything,
Yzerman was really weird about him.
Yep.
They asked about him in this press conference at the end of the season. I wish we had more time to go through more. Like Yzerman had a crazy press conference. The Bruins had a crazy.
We did Yzerman.
Like we did that one moment, but the whole press conference was weird.
Yeah, a couple moments.
But the amount of people who defended him after that too.
Yeah,
I don't.
Because he's Stevie Y.
You're in a toxic relationship.
Do you want to? He won you a bunch of cups. What are you going to say?
Yeah, as a player.
Yeah.
As a player.
No, he won a bunch of cups.
Oh, okay. Like, it's really confusing.
It's such a blank spot, I find, for people who like want to defend Yzerman. You know,
yeah.
It's
What
like,
are we doing here?
He doesn't have the track record as running the whole show, and like a lot of people want to give him credit for Tampa, but they won after he left. And Julien Brisebois as his AGM and then getting the graduation to being the GM, like I think he deserves the majority of credit for getting that team over the hump.
Damn, you know what's crazy about Yzerman is he's not in Tampa and hasn't been for over half a decade.
Yeah.
How's he doing with the team that currently employs him?
Here was Yzerman on Jake Walman at the locker cleanup.
Hey, Steve, back here. I think a lot of the fan base at the trade deadline wonder about Jake Walman when you find out he goes to Edmonton and they gave up a first rounder for him and you guys had to attach a pick to send him. Can you shed a little insight on Walman, and do you regret that move, I guess, considering you still need defense?
No and no.
No and no?
Yeah.
No and no. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Steve, back.
That's it.
He did expand on it later. He said like there was some sort of situation, but I don't know what it could be. By the way, Jake
Oh,
Walman,
okay. I guess we'll just guess then.
I don't know if you know this, but Jake Walman is a great TikTok follow. I just sent you a TikTok, Jesse. Don't play the music, but watch this TikTok. It's actually really funny. You just cannot. You cannot play the music, obviously, but you don't need the music.
It's going to take me a second.
Yeah. So Jake Walman seems to be a bit of a big personality that went overlooked, and this is the type of guy.
Gritty and everything.
This is the type of guy, though. I think that you need. Forget how he is personally. You need to find guys like this if you want to be a championship winning team. And I'm not saying the Oilers found him. I think the San Jose Sharks found him in the sense that he was being overlooked in Detroit. They were able to get compensation for him on both ends. And he really added to their team while he was in San Jose.
Can someone explain to me what I'm missing? He seems fun. He's a nail gun on the ice. He will block shots. He will lay hits. He can actually put up quite a few points and did in San Jose. Why don't you want this player?
No.
I don't regret no.
Feels like GMs who are good at their job would want to keep him. Unless they get
value. If you don't want him, get value for him.
Yeah. Man, a few GMs did really well with Jake Walman this year.
Was Steve Yzerman
one of them stunk.
2 out of 3. Now watch this. It's just stupid, but it's funny. This is Jake Walman in a nutshell. Like, watch this. Watch with the cup. Hang on.
Here we go.
This is what he does in his house, and he's also like he seems like a really fun guy. The vibes are good.
I'm into it. No. You gotta attach a second rounder to him and get him the hell out of Dodge.
You know what? There's too much personality here. Leon Draisaitl.
The Sharks really got a first and second for Jake Walman.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And deservedly so. I don't think Edmonton regrets that.
The future is teal.
Leon Draisaitl.
Sponsored by the Detroit Red.
9th goal of the playoffs from Connor McDavid. 22nd assist of the playoffs. And Leon opened the scored. He closed the scoring. We've given Connor his flowers, and Leon so often gets overlooked. Absolute clutch goal scorer. If there is a clutch goal to be scored, he's the guy that clearly wants it.
Can I be just a massive dork?
Sure.
If they win the cup, joint Conn Smythe. Make him share it.
I don't think Oilers fans would hate that.
Make him share it. I don't care. It's a package deal. Make him share it. Corey Perry, though, with the work.
Oh, man. Corey Perry had a great game last night.
This man is playing not every shift, but most shifts on the top line. He's playing every power play on the top unit. He's 40. 40. He's played more Stanley Cup playoff games since 2000 than any other franchise. I shouldn't say other. He's not a franchise. He's one man. What he's doing, again, there's a player, his nickname is the Worm, and he's like, and like loves it. That's crazy.
See, I've seen his play be decidedly unwormish in the sense that he used to be really dirty.
Yeah,
and I don't see that anymore. I see a guy who's just really effective.
He's 40.
Yeah, he can't do that stuff anymore.
If he does his shithousery from when he was 27,
they'll break him.
At a 27-year-old, they'll kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's not doing that. I think he's just an effective player.
He is. And annoying. He is annoying, but he's annoying in a way different way.
On Leon Draisaitl.
Yep.
Like you started by saying,
hey, Leon Draisaitl's good. And then Steve's like, but Corey Perry.
It was a weird aside.
I said, hey, Leon Draisaitl's overlooked a lot. You're like, that's why we got to talk about Corey Perry.
Let's do it.
I like him starting the Stanley Cup with the goal is so important because last year he didn't score in the Stanley Cup final. And he actually went the last 9 games of the playoffs without a goal last year. Wow. And like the reputation of him being clutch comes from like the many years before that in the playoffs. Like that, what was the 23 season where he almost led the playoffs in scoring?
He was only tied on the Stanley Cup winning goal by Jonathan Marchessault, and he was out in round 2.
Or no, high ankle sprain.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and on one foot, he did that. And
13 goals.
We know he can perform in the playoffs, but last year when they needed him most in the early games against the Panthers, he was non-existent.
It was the perfect first goal for them because forget Draisaitl. The Oilers had 1 goal through the first 2 games of the Cup final last year.
Yeah, and to get him going so early, I feel like it's such a boost to the Oilers and like wind underneath their sails. Like Draisaitl, the guy who couldn't score last year, gets the first one, and then from there, how didn't we know he was going to score the OT winner? You know,
I had a feeling that sometimes a moment happens that's just terrifying. When McDavid and Ekholm score the game tying goal, and they don't even raise their hands, they just sort of point at each other with expressionless faces. I'm like, oh shit, what a wagon.
Locked.
Again, like Oilers fans, take no offense to this. Don't you dare sweep. This has to go 7.
Yeah,
this
I agree.
Has to go 7.
No, but then you don't have to watch your most hated team on the TV screen anymore.
No, I think Panthers fans, after that rant that you went on, we deserve a 7-game series, so you have to watch them for 6 more games.
Absolutely. Hey, listen, every TV show worth watching, the bad guy wins a few episodes. It's okay.
They even win the cup.
They even win the cup.
They were talking about a few episodes. They were champs last year.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, I know.
I didn't hate them as much
finger
last snapped.
year. I didn't hate them as much last year.
Yeah. Well, they hadn't punched their goalie in the head. So, I think...
And got away with it.
Yeah.
And then did it again. And then did it again.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think it's such a tribute to, and we talked about this in our finals preview on Monday. You guys said the Panthers are the better team, but like all the way through the line, you, as Jesse, I think you especially said that
deeper, but they're deeper.
But the Oilers have this magic, that is just it's chemistry, it's team play, it's whatever you want to attribute it to. There is a magic there.
They're able to hang in a way that I've never seen a team hang before. In that, like, they can be getting totally outplayed.
Yep.
They can look like the lesser team, but that doesn't mean they can't muster up a victory just through the way they play when they're at their best and their defensive abilities and flipping that to offense so quickly. And I don't know, there's not a team like them in the league that plays the kind of play style that they currently have going for them that's been so successful in the playoffs.
There's also like McDavid, his entry, I think, on the 3rd goal.
Yes.
No one else is getting away with that. He covers a disgusting amount of ice. Do they release the tracking data, like the SAP stuff or whatever, for the playoffs, or is that just a regular season thing?
The tracking data,
like you know how they do like top speed and everything, but they also do distance covered.
Yeah, the NHL Edge. Yeah,
I'd bet money he covers the most distance in the league.
Oh yeah,
easily in these playoffs. Like there are so many shifts, especially on the power play. It's like trying to swat a friggin' bee. Like he's just all around. There's a structure that moves slowly and methodically like every other power play. And then there's just the best player in the world going, and he's just friggin' everywhere, magnetically attracted to the puck.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do.
And beforehand, I was talking with Hayden about the serendipity of like the Wayne Gretzky, Sidney Crosby, and now McDavid back-to-back cup runs, and how Wayne Gretzky won his first cup after facing the same team that he lost the year before to. Sidney Crosby played the same team in back-to-back years, won the second time, and now McDavid, who's like the next on the rung of those three tiers of players, has a chance to win in the exact same way.
3 wins away.
Gretzky and Crosby won in. It's weird.
Now,
it's weird when the universe does these things.